Hi, my name is Brittany Osler, and I'm a registered occupational therapist here at Pembroke Regional Hospital. I'm privileged to work in partnership with the Royal Ottawa to offer cognitive behavioral therapy to help people like you and myself navigate life when mental health challenges get in the way. I want to take a couple minutes today to talk about a challenge a lot of us, myself included, have been experiencing right now: anxiety. Anxiety is essentially just a fancy word to describe difficulty tolerating uncertainty. And it can be helpful to think about anxiety kind of like an allergy, and I'll be referring to this analogy over the course of this video. With any allergy, there are varying degrees of reactions. Some people might just get a little sniffly, whereas others are anaphylactic. And the same goes for anxiety. Some of us are simply more allergic to uncertainty than others. But all of us, on some level, experience anxiety from time to time. And when we do, it shows up for us in two ways. One way is in the body. And those are those feelings of restlessness, the butterflies in your stomach, the tension, the feeling on edge. And then secondly, anxiety shows up for us in our minds as worry. And those are those what ifs thoughts, the repetitive negative thinking about what might happen in the future and trying to imagine all the possible outcomes. And then on top of this, we tend to fall into these traps of thinking about what we're worrying about is going to turn out negatively. We aren't going to be able to cope with the outcome. Or we tell ourselves we shouldn't be feeling a certain way. For example, I shouldn't be feeling anxious right now because there's so many people who have it worse off than I do. I want to talk about two tips we can use to manage baseline anxiety. Tip number one, routine. We're in this huge sea of uncertainty right now, and having some sort of semblance of routine in our life with scheduled activities and consistent wake times can help anchor us down and bring us a sense of stability. So remember how anxiety is like an allergy to uncertainty? Well, think about having some sort of routine, kind of like taking a dose of Benadryl. It just helps to relieve our anxiety reaction a little bit. Tip number two, check in with yourself about your behaviors. Often, when we're feeling anxious, we tend to turn to these behaviors that seem helpful for us in the moment, but actually fuel the anxiety fire long term. For example, completely avoiding going outside right now, excessively checking the news, doctor Googling, excessive cleaning, getting overly involved in your child's homework, or working overtime to avoid disappointing yourself or a supervisor. Ask yourself, are there any of these behaviors that maybe just aren't serving me right now that maybe I could start to let go of? Now I want to talk about two tips that we can use to help manage moments of heightened anxiety. Tip number one, give yourself permission to have that pity party. Give yourself permission to feel what you're feeling. Literally tell yourself, it's okay that I'm feeling X, Y, Z. And then tip number two, problem solve or distract yourself. So once you've acknowledged these feelings, ask yourself, is there anything I can do about what I'm worrying about? If so, take the next right step and problem solve. If there isn't anything else you can do, then it's time to find some good for you activity to distract yourself. My personal favorites involve calling my friends, singing, exercising, or watching a show with subtitles in a foreign language so that my mind's less likely to worry and wander. And lastly, remember, we all need someone to lean on. If you need someone to lean on right now, reach out. Connect with mental health services of Renfrew County or a physician, because we can and do get better if we can access the supports that we need. And here at PRH, we want to help you do just that. Take care.